Up until about a year and a half ago, I was a pew sitter. I wanted to get involved in some kind of missions here at church, something where I was involved with the people that I was helping, but I wasn't making much effort to seek out something. I always had a negative impression of the foster care system and their families, so getting involved here had never even crossed my mind. I thought that the kids in foster care were dirty, poorly behaved, with lots of emotional problems. But the mention of this ministry in the bulletin piqued my curiosity. Learning that the church handled much of the legwork made this once undesirable ministry seem doable. When I learned that all we needed to provide was a home and lots of love, I was pretty much sold. People ask us what made us decide to become foster parents. My husband needed a little convincing, but for me it was this. As many of you can relate, the love.
You're doing good, girl. Sometimes you just need a big arm around you, and I enjoy the heck out of this.
The love that I have for my little girl is indescribable, and she is so blessed to live in a safe and a stable and a loving family. I can't see my words now.
That happens to me a lot.
I had this vision of Mallory being neglected and unloved, and the thought was intolerable. I knew that we had to do something. And like most of our kids, the foster kids aren't poorly behaved with emotional problems. They're just normal kids stuck in a bad situation. Messiah and her baby sister came to us almost 1 year ago. I was overwhelmed with the generosity and the help from our church members here. The MOPS group and a Sunday school class, of which we're not even a part of anymore, cooked us meals. And ladies, I didn't have to cook for over a month. Preschool moms brought us bags of hand-me-down clothes. People dropped off diapers on our doorsteps. And a couple who we barely even knew at the time loaned us their minivan because all 3 kids wouldn't fit in our sedan. Different foster moms in our circle of care provided babysitting probably at least once a week so I could run some errands, go to appointments, or just have some me time. My husband and I did not do this alone. This was a community effort. Messiah was a handful, but she added spice to our lives and was such a blessing to us. She found a special little place in my heart, and I cried for a week, like this, when I found out that she was going back home. But I heard in a sermon once, last week actually, though, that when you live God's purpose, you might experience disappointment, but the work is eternally significant. People ask us what was the best thing about having a foster child. First, it was seeing Mallory and Messiah interact and grow to love each other like sisters. Mallory still talks about Messiah at bedtime. And when we ask her who loves her, we say, "Who loves you, Mallory?" And she says, "Mommy loves me, and Daddy loves me, and God and Santa, and Messiah loves me too, Mommy." Secondly, it felt great knowing that we had a positive influence on Messiah. We gave her structure that she had lacked and lots of love and attention. She also had some eating problems that had really improved over the 6 months that she lived with us. So I don't think that it was a coincidence that she was placed with our family, since I work as a nutrition therapist. We're here to ask 2 things of you today. First, please pray for our foster families and the children in care. Second, if you're looking to get involved, please consider opening your family to a foster child. As you saw, there are over 500 children in Cobb County DFACS care and less than 50 families to care for them. Think of how much that you provide for and love your own little ones. And consider sharing this with another child who doesn't have this. You will have a ton of support, and you will feel like you've done something really, really wonderful.